We go to Maui once a year.
It was a regular trip. We were, as Lonnie said, anxious to get away.
There's 2 weeks there, or about 10 days there, that I don't remember anything of. So that part of the story she'll have to tell you because I don't know what happened.
We rented a cabana right on the beach and just planned to veg out that day, and we did all day long. He fell asleep early because of the time difference. I'd say it was probably 15 minutes later that he made a very unusual noise that woke me up. Something inside of me didn't feel right, so I actually got up and walked around to his side of the bed and turned on the light, and he wasn't breathing and didn't have any pulse. I picked up the phone, and this was critical for me. I hit 0, and the hotel operator answered immediately. And I said, my husband's not breathing, I need an ambulance, and I gave her the room number, and I just hung up. This guy shows up, and he's got the defibrillator. He hooked him up to the machine, and well, it turned out he was the security officer for the hotel. And that was really critical, that when I called the operator, she dispatched him as well as the ambulance. So we got to the hospital, and they whisked him in the ER. They worked on him for not too long, and the cardiologist then told me they needed to do surgery. After a little over an hour, the doctor came out and said he had 100% blockage in his right artery. They put a stent in. And then he told me they were going to put him in a hypothermic coma. And he said, best case scenario, he'll wake up, he'll have some short-term memory loss, but he'll be okay. Worst case scenario is he won't wake up. So we went up to ICU, and they got him all hooked up, and then I had to make the phone call to the kids. And we have 2 boys, they're both grown adults. I knew their reaction would be, they're coming, and I needed them there. So on Tuesday morning, the doctor said that they wanted to start raising his body temperature, and they raise it a degree every hour, so it's a very slow process. And it wasn't very long at all that he started talking. But he did have that short-term memory loss, and nobody prepared me for that, like 5 minutes. He says, are you gonna call the boys? And I said, well, Adam's here. And he said, he is? And I said, yeah, you just talked to him. And he said, I did? And this went on all day. Every time Adam would get out of sight, he would ask me, are you gonna call the boys? And I thought, oh my gosh, and Adam dubbed it Groundhog Day.
First thing I actually remember is when
That's when Adam said goodbye. Yeah, it was Thursday when we decided it was time for the boys to go home. And you think about it, they got there on Monday and Tuesday, and then Thursday night we're sending them home. And Adam leaned over to Dad and said, you're my best friend. And that's the first thing he remembers. Dr. Lee came in on Thursday morning. He said, you know what, there's a Courtyard Marriott next door, and I'm gonna give you my cell number. And he goes, I think you're gonna get more rest in the hotel. So he said, if I let you out, will you stay there for a few days? And we were like, yeah. So imagine this, full cardiac arrest on Sunday night, and on Thursday they're releasing us.
I still was having trouble believing that it actually had happened to me. I mean, I didn't feel bad before. Actually, I went through the procedure, didn't feel bad really when we got out. Just trying to grasp the whole concept of what had happened and worrying about her.
Yeah, because it was traumatic, and he knew that it was for everybody.
9% is the survival rate of cardiac arrest in your sleep.
For us, 2 critical components was CPR and the defibrillator, and both of those were funded by research from the American Heart Association. So our thanks to them for that, to you for that, and to all of you who donate, because without that, Lonnie wouldn't be here. And we've been donors in the past. We've attended events and not knowing that it was really going to hit home with us. And so that research makes a difference. And as Lonnie said, providing the education and training to others. Without that training, I wouldn't have known what to do. It doesn't matter the amount. Collectively, it'll make a difference.
I tell everybody I sleep with an angel.
And I remind him of that.